we talk about grief, grief is a bitch. And I'm a death worker. And I'm a death doula. And y'all know, if you don't know, as a spiritual practitioner, I work with ancestors. So a part of me sometimes believes that I should just be used to death. I'm laughing only because the pressure I put on myself to get through life with ease, even in the most darkest times, is crazy. Like, how dare I punish myself to think that through loss I should be perfect? I should be able to just whimsy through. Even if I'm used to death, doesn't mean that it's gonna get easier. Like, I used to think, like, okay, if I spend time with this person that is older, that's probably gonna leave soon, it won't hurt as much. Or if I keep my distance when this person passes, even though they're sick, it won't hurt as much. But looking back over my life, I've been talking about a lot about data, like the way that our body responds to, or our mind responds to situations, or, we program our mind to believe certain things is based off of statistics and the data that we see in our life. Like, if there's a specific cycle that we've been going through, or a specific, my nose itches, I must be right on the nose, or if there's a trend in our lives, we can look back at how things have turned out, and the data can show us what life is like. But I no longer want to align myself with the data because I feel like data is attached to belief. Maybe it's a catch 22, but looking at the data of me losing so many family members since I was a child, it shows whether I'm close to them, whether I'm not close to them, whether they're in my everyday life, whether it's a sudden death, a slow death, a death that you know is going to occur, it still hurts the most. And so losing my cat, even knowing it was coming because she was sick, she had kidney disease really badly, and she was declining. And spending that time with her was very special, very sacred, very grateful to be able to just hold that space for her and know that she's going to pass. Made me find a sense of peace, but it still was difficult. It was still so difficult. And I felt like, because I have a peace in my spirit, that I shouldn't feel sad, but that's not how it works. Like, sadness is a feeling that no matter how much you try to avoid it, it's going to show up. So I've been giving myself the space to just feel, to let that shit come up, to just rot, to just exist. Like, every single day I just find myself just sitting outside, me and my other cat, and him and her love to just sit out and watch nature. And like, even this past week and even before she passed, like, the only thing she loved to do was sit outside, and it just reminded me that stillness. Even when I ain't got it, when I don't feel like doing anything, when I can barely feed myself, like, sitting outside and just looking at nature just gives me healing. Breath gives me healing. All of it gives me healing, because I'm telling you, this week I ain't got it, and I still ain't got it today. But tomorrow, on Monday, I'm gonna try to push myself to just get out of the house. I think we got out. Me and my wife have been grieving all week, but we got out the house earlier this week, which was nice. So I think I'm gonna try to go to the gym this week and just take my time. I come from the era of the girl bosses, the motivators, the constantly hustle. And since this year, I've learned that that is not my energy type. And if we were to talk about energy types, I always like to look at human design, and I'm a projector, and we do not have a lot of energy. We have a very small window, especially as a Taurus who loves to rest. A very small energy window, and having ADHD, girl, it's a lot. But a very small window to create, and after that I need a long period of rest. And so I'm learning that my life cannot look how I thought it should look, or how it looked when I was working a job, because I would work for 8 hours, try to do my best to take the little 4 hours I had before it was time to go to bed to work on myself, and I was burnt out. And now I'm finding that I'm going with the flow. But even then, like, that translate into me processing grief. I'm like, girl, you gotta hurry up and process so you can just get to this. No, go with the flow. I pray for a life of ease and flow, and I'm thankful, so thankful that I don't have a job, that I've had this whole month to spend with my cat, this whole month to spend with my family, this whole month to grieve, this whole month to process. Because even in losing my job, I was grieving. Even though I didn't want the job, I was grieving. That identity of who I was and that life that I had was gone in an instance. Same thing with my cat, gone in an instance. My life has been changing so much. Moment of silence for the airplane because clearly it has something to say. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. I'm gonna try to talk anyway because I got a mic. But I prayed for a life of ease and flow, but my nervous system is saying otherwise. And the nervous system, in my Grinch voice, it takes it uses data, and I feel like my nervous system, since I stopped working for the first couple of weeks, was anxious. Like I just knew I had somewhere to be, something to do. By the third week I was okay, and by the fourth week I was doing better, and by now I'm doing so much better. That does not mean fear and anxiety doesn't come up when I'm worrying about how I'm gonna get my next dollar, but somehow, some way, I'm getting paid to exist. Source and my spirit team hold me down, and there has been so much going on that I'm just like, but I'm a pro at this shit. Like, I'm a pro at life. We come here to learn lessons, and grief ain't gonna stop me from living my life. I've learned that there's duality. Grief can exist in the same space as peace. Loss can exist in the same space as gain. Death can exist in the same space as life and rebirth. And I'm giving myself the space to grieve and not to put identity towards my feelings, because I think previously in life I would say I'm sad and felt like that was my identity. I'm sad, which means I'm depressed, which that is a thing, but for me personally, I would associate that with my sense of being instead of realizing that sadness is a feeling. Feelings, emotions are just energy emotions. They're things that we feel, and we must let them go, because if we hold on to that sadness, it will become depression. And sometimes I also was feeling guilt currently for feeling happiness and peace during grief, because I felt like, who am I to be at peace when baby girl had to be put to rest and she's no longer here? But I think I found peace because she's no longer suffering. But I also can find happiness. I can be sad one moment, cry those tears, sit with it, process it, release it, and be happy the next moment. I can be happy one moment, enjoying life, and then the next I'm angry because I don't understand the happenings of life right now. So just holding space for those feelings, understanding that I can be sad and happy. So many opportunities are coming my way. I can be celebratory of the things that are coming, but also grieving and in sadness of the things that I've lost. So I'm just giving myself permission to feel those feelings. And I think you should too. Like, even if you're not grieving, even if maybe you're going through a big transition in life, even if it's you broke up with somebody and you feel so sad, give yourself the space to feel that sadness. Shit, feel angry, go break some shit. Go over to the they got a like one of those, I forget what they call it, but you can go break shit, pay some money to break some shit at a place. Can't remember what it's called, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And then afterwards, go have lunch with your girls and laugh. I think that's what life is all about. As humans, we put too much criteria on what our life should look like. Oh, someone died. Oh, I lost my job. Oh, I'm lost. I broke up with somebody. Oh, I'm going through a midlife crisis. I should be in this one state of being. No, sadness exists. It is a feeling. It's not an identity. I'm going to be sad, feel those emotions, explore them, maybe go to therapy and release them and move on. That doesn't mean that it's not coming back either, because the stages of grief are up and down. You've got, I don't know them in order, but I talked a little bit about this in a TikTok video, but it is, what is it? Out of order. There's acceptance, there's negotiation, there is depression, there is bargaining, but either way, they're all over the place. One day I may be angry. Anger is one of them too. But the next I might be feeling guilt. Like, there's so much, and give yourself space to feel that shit, because I'm giving myself space to feel that shit. And as I'm on this journey, I think I'll just continue to share it with you, on what I'm experiencing, because shit ain't sweet all the time. And sometimes it is. Life is bittersweet, you know? It is. I think my cat has words of wisdom. 1 second. Tell the people. Say what you gotta say. How is life these days? How are you holding up, grieving the loss of your sister? Just birds. Okay, never mind. So yeah, I'm learning. So thank you guys for watching and holding space for me to just be myself and express myself. If you want to support your girl, you can read my books at moniquegoode.com. Check out my creative services over there as well, by way of the Creative Shift. If you want to learn more about my journey into becoming a full-time, or to being, because I'm here, to being a full-time creative from job loss, you can check out my Substack over at thecreativeshift.substack.com, and spiritual services at asheswellnessgarden.com. Of course, all the information, you don't have to remember it. It's going to be down below. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.